Let's go ahead and get you started on it. So there's your pump right there. You can see the cam. That's it for underneath the hood. The rest is underneath for the time being. What we're going to do is there's going to be a soft line, a fuel hose from the tank to that hard line riding on the frame. It'll be somewhere underneath that gas tank. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to take that we're going to take that soft line, the hose, cut it, take it off. We're going to hook that new fuel line to it and attempt to siphon the trash out of the gas tank. That old nasty 12, 15, maybe not that old, 12, not 12, like 6-year-old gas. We're going to get that out of that tank. We're going to put all new gas, put at least 5, maybe 10 gallons of fresh gasoline in there. By the way, up here in Wisconsin, if you buy 91 octane fuel, this truck will never need 91 octane fuel. It doesn't have that kind of compression ratio. However, here in Wisconsin, where we live, north of Washington County, we can get, if you buy the 91 octane gas, you could buy pure gasoline with no alcohol, or ethanol. There's no alcohol in the gas if you buy 91 octane, which that's all we buy up here, just to stay away from the alcohol and its problems. Unless we're riding my Goldwing, which now is addicted to alcohol because we changed its jets, because that bike that's a whole nother story and a whole nother vlog. Anyway, we have access to pure gasoline here. Okay, Matt, so right here, you can see that's where the soft line goes to the hard line. But everything above the tank, you're going to have to work by braille, basically. Okay. The GoPro will be able to see it because of where I'll put it. But you'll have to work by braille. Understood? I thought about what I could use for Christmas.
What do you mean?
Grandma was like, "What do you want for Christmas?" My standard answer, "I don't know."
What did you say?
I don't know. My standard answer. I just thought of something.
What? Here, Dad.
Close off.
What?
What's here?
Is it the right size?
Oh, really? It looks that way.
Is there like a technique to get these on?
Too big or too small?
Just, it's really tight.
Okay, well, that'd be reasonably tight. And you'll down some in non-frame. So, first thing, Matt, obviously we had a drain pan here for a reason. Open that up, take the cap off. Right in a locking cap. Okay, Pete was smart.
Say it again.
That's okay, good. Pete was smart.
No,
lose your key on a locking gas cap, you lock yourself out. It's cheap.
Fun.
It's cheaper to let someone steal your gas.
Yeah.
Okay, take your hose that you attach to your tank, and for now, blow on it, and I want to hear the bubbles in the tank if there is any. Okay, there's some bubbles. Okay, good. So now's the fun part. Start your siphon. Hang on, I'll help you out. Ready?
What?
Here, use this. When you get gas in your mouth, you can rinse your mouth with something that tastes better than, crappy gas. He's pre-coating his mouth. This is why it's more fun to let your kid do the work rather than let me do it. Keep it in the pan. There you go. All right, it's coming out.
I wasn't expecting to come out that fast.
Me neither. I thought you'd have to work at it. There you go.
I was expecting to I sucked once and it was like. I'm like.
All right, what I want to show before I finish siphoning. Actually got good flow, but look at that orangey, nasty crap. That's all rust. This truck might benefit from a new gas tank, but as long as it reasonably cleans up. We put about 2 gallons of fresh gasoline in this thing before we towed it here. So while Matt's rinsing his mouth out, try Dawn dish soap, that might work. Try Dawn dish soap. Now all right, Matt, go ahead and I'm gonna take this off here just so the camera could see. Set this over here. Go ahead and take, see this just clips in? Yeah. Go ahead and take this off the carburetor. This is your fuel inlet. See, it comes from your pump, through your tube, through the fuel filter. And then we're gonna just replace all this nonsense. This is nasty. So pop that off, unclip that, and I'll make a new line.
Okay. Thank you.
There you go. Matt, what I want you to do is take your hose and blow into this line. I'm going to be on the back side of it watching to see what comes out.
Okay.
If it gives you any problems, we're going to have to get a different hose, but that should work if you just hold it down.
Okay.
Go ahead and blow when you're ready.
It's just going right towards me. Right back at me.
It came right out. You just blew a bunch of fuel and it's clear. Keep going.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
It's just going right towards me. Right back.
No, it came right out. You just blew a bunch of fuel and it's clear. Keep going. Guys that do custom exhaust bending, you know exactly what I'm doing, just obviously in this case much smaller. Now this is a tool that I have. Sometimes you can get a handheld one, and it's just a game of estimates. I want to put approximately a 45-degree bend in this tube. So what we'll do, always off, you got to make sure that the collar is at the right end.
Okay.
Now like I said earlier, and bend down here. Now like I said earlier, this is generic brake line. Okay, but it works for fuel line also. So you just tighten that press at about a 45-ish angle like so. You're just guesstimating it. And then back it off. Remember, you could take it and press it too far. You could always bend it a little bit, check it, and if it's not bent enough, bend more.
You always underbend more than overbend.
Yeah, it's very difficult to straighten back out, and it never looks great. Also, if you use too much of a bend, you start putting a kink. Now some of these could do easy 90, some of them not, but be careful. If bigger ones, if you do a 90, you'll kink it more than you'll bend it. Okay, so now thread this in. Give it a little custom deal there. So now we thread this into the pump. And tighten that up. And Matt, I'll have you snug that down with a tubing wrench. Okay, Matt, so now hook up your fuel filter there like it was, and then we'll bend the hose to your carburetor intake. You're on past the hose? Oh yeah, tube's there. Okay, good. That's good. Plenty. And we'll cut it to the right length. See, it's already naturally curled, so try to park it, you know what I mean? The same direction. Well, we'll just do this like this for now. Kind of get the angle, mark it with your finger, right there. And cut it. So now try to put the hose together, use your 2 clamps. Matt mentioned earlier the flow, see the directional arrow, the way that Ford wants it to flow through that filter. Excellent. Actually, tighten this one. Don't tighten this one, and then take it back off the carburetor. I want to see it actually spray fuel.
Oh, okay.
That way I can watch it spray. You could have used those spring-loaded ones that came with the pack. I like to use the manual ones like you thread there. But you could use either or. Again, there's not much pressure here. Hook it, have the hose go over those wires.
Oh, when it came out, it came on it.
Was it?
Yeah, it goes under, because see how it goes?
Well, hook it to the hard line on the frame first. Gonna have to support the tubing so you don't break it or bend the clip that holds it on. Yep. Make it a little, here, step back a little, so the shadows. Try to do a little bit more of a curl, see?
Okay.
See, I'm trying to use the hose where it likes to lay naturally. See, like there? Cut it right there, all the way in. Yep, all the way in.
Right
Snip, yep. Perfect. Remember, position the clamp so it is easy to do when it's up. Excellent. Try to position your clamps for the ease. So it's easy for you to do. We have one gas can. It's literally 30 years old, if not more. And it's real sun faded. It's plastic. It's a lot easier than these newfangled cans. I wish I had that old one my dad had. It was made out of metal. It rusted. That thing is older than me. It would be if it was still around. So we don't spray fuel all over everything, we'll put it in this water bottle. Neutral?
Yep.
Crank it.
Oh, do you have to have the clutch in for this one?
I don't know. Try it with either one.
Try it without clutch.
Oh yeah, we got fuel. Got fuel? Yeah, again, give me a little bit more fuel in a can. A little more, keep going. Keep going. That's good. Good. Excellent. Come connect your fuel hose. I wanted this fuel.
That's the ignition deciding, you know, my spring's finally gonna work and kick back at you.
I wanted this fuel so I could spray it right into the float bowl. So I'll go ahead and hook it up and I'll pour this in the float bowl. No, I can't make me look bad. I gotta make you look bad.
That's not how that works.
My shop, my channel.
My truck. I'll take it off the channel.
Push it out the door. Wait a minute.
Just putting it in neutral, Dad.
Trying to baby bird it into the float ball through the vent.
Okay.
Getting a little bit into the throat, but
Ready when you are.
press the throttle once.
Alright.
Okay, stop. Okay, I was looking for where the throttle was so I can grab it. I'll work the throttle, you just work the starter.
Okay.
Go ahead, it should fire pretty much immediately.
In neutral, ready?
Yes. Okay, stop. I'll hold the choke open.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Going.
Oil pressure, yes or no? Oil pressure? You got good oil pressure? Excellent. Runs like absolute crap. Well, guys, I wish I had better results to give you and give Matt here, but at least we know I can move it around and get it moved up on the trailer. Ultimately, I took the carburetor apart, took the top off. The float bowl just drains right into the carburetor. This thing, it's one of those, you gotta bear in mind, in 81, they were starting to look into electronic fuel injection, and all through the 70s, you had your vacuum tube menagerie of trying to get carburetors to pass emissions, and these carburetors are just way technical, very complicated. To be honest, they didn't work very well. So I'm not sure what we're going to do, but I do believe we're just going to have to put another carburetor on this thing. I could get a rebuild kit for it. It did have the ID tag, so if I can find a rebuild kit for it, or anybody that knows what I'm even talking about when I mention the ID tag, pictured right here, we'll try to get a rebuild kit for it, maybe. If not, we'll just replace it. I got some research to do. But either way, we now know it runs on its own power. It pulls its own fuel out of the tank now, okay? So you've got the new fuel pump, new setup going to your carburetor. So even if we replace the carburetor or rebuild this one, we know it works, we know it runs. We at least can move it out of here while we wait for your mother to handle the paperwork side of things before we put any major money into this thing. So with that being said, I guess we're pretty much done.
And with that, I say thank you.
All right, awesome. Give me a.
Thanks for the help.
Yeah, thanks for being a good son. Excellent. All right, guys, with that, go ahead and subscribe. catch updates on when we work on popcorn in the future. But probably tomorrow we're gonna fire it up, load her up on a trailer, and bring it over to the other building where she'll sit until the paperwork's done. All right, guys. Hope that was at least somewhat enjoyable. Teach my kid a few things.
Yeah.
There we go. He needs to watch some YouTube videos on carburetor basics.
Big time.
He'll learn.
I haven't worked on too many carburetors. I only know what I know from working on my truck and the Oldsmobile and stuff, which are all fuel injection.
Kids nowadays, what do they know? All right, let's call it a day.